You're listening to a CeltCast exclusive interview. Find this and more at www.celtcast.com.
Well, you know, you've become like a godfather to the scene for a lot of people. I know you're probably too modest to accept the title.
That's
but
too much credit, really.
No, but really, people have, I think, really developed into themselves because of festival scenes like this. You've created an atmosphere in which they could.
Yeah,
take Brunhilde, who now designs her own clothes and makes a living out of it, or Luna Dea, who stepped into the more pagan scene and has found grounds here to, have her own public coming over here and do her thing.
Yeah, we could we give together with other festival organizers, we give a platform, a place where they could do their thing, but more than that, we don't give them. So the creativity comes from themselves, and when they go for that, they can make beautiful things.
Yeah, true. Now you said music was central when you started out.
Yeah.
What does music mean to you?
Everything. Yeah. From our youth, my wife and mine, music always has been a main part of my my life.
Do you remember the first album or single that you bought?
I think it's a Thriller from Michael Jackson. Yeah. I don't know what LP or song it was for Natasha, but it will probably be some kind of hard rock band. She was very much into the hard rock, and we like about everything except a few kinds of music we don't like, but most kinds of music we like.
And when did you come into contact with the more Celtic or pagan Viking scene of music?
Visiting Elf Fantasy or Anno Domini in Limburg and MPS. There we got in contact with that kind of music, and Celtic Festival before it was named Scotland Festival. Yeah.
And what about yourself? Do you play an instrument yourself?
I've tried desperately to learn to play the guitar, but I don't have the patience or the skills to do that. No.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I've been there myself. But have you ever dreamed of being in a band yourself?
Yeah. That's why I bought the guitar. Yeah. I wanted to be famous and be a rock star like most kids, I guess.
And for me, music is equal to emotion.
Yeah.
It's like a thought or an emotion put into sound. What's the last song that made you shed a tear or two?
I don't know which song it was, but it was at Wave Gothic Treffen last weekend at the show of Kiesser, and it was that show was so good that it got tears in my eyes. But I like the music program on Dutch television, Best Singer-Songwriter, and there are pearls which can really touch your inner emotion.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Here's Soul Patrol.
Soul Patrol starts now.
Well, I don't see many people shedding tears at Soul Patrol, but yeah, we went from the rain in the background now to Soul Patrol.
Yeah.
But Is that how you find your the new bands for your festivals? Visiting MPS or
Visiting as much festivals as possible. Yeah.
because there are a lot of uncut gems out there.
Yeah. Next to that, we get almost every week CDs in our post box or emails, and sometimes there are very nice rough diamonds in that. And and then we try to visit them at the concert, because we don't book bands. We or someone whom we trust have seen themselves play live. If we don't see a band play live, we don't book them.
So that's a secret to getting into Castlefest for young bands that have to invite you to a live show so you can watch them perform.
No, the first send a CD.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Then all CDs are listened to, and when we think of possibilities to put them on one of our stages, then we get in contact with them. And then after that, we find someone, perhaps who have seen them already. Because if a band plays gigs already, they play gigs at a certain festival, and then we find out who has been to that festival and if they've seen him. So.
Right. Last year, a group called Pyrolysis crashed Keltfest here. They just went in with their instruments and started playing.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is kind of daring, of course.
Yeah, they sent me an email asking if they could play on Keltfest, and I said our stages are full. I don't have place anymore. And they said, but could we play on the terrain? I said, sure, okay, no problem. And they did, and it was nice. They made a party out of it, and this year we booked them for the camping stage at Castlefest.
Ah, brilliant! We love them. We did an interview with them yesterday, and we think they're marvelous. Great future ahead.
Yeah.
So, well, you do Keltfest, as we mentioned, Castlefest, but you also have other festivals.
Yeah. We have our medieval festival, Middeleeuws Spektakel, where we start a stage this year, first time. Before the other years, it was just knights on horses and totally medieval entertainment. So now we added a stage to that to make it more interesting also for ourselves. And that we have two editions of that, one in Dordrecht and one in Amsterdam. Then we have our Halloween festival, Haunted Castle, which is really a Halloween festival with haunted houses, scary acts, a lot of costumes. And this year we had our first Castlefest winter party, and we will have in next December our first real Castlefest winter edition in Lisse.
Yeah, real as in outside.
Yeah.
Because the other one was in a theater, of course.
Yeah.
It was totally crammed.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's a good sign, of course.
Yeah, yeah. It's it's not that we want to expand or anything. That's never the goal. But we have so many ideas and so many dreams. And a winter edition was one of them, and now we have the possibility to go and explore our dream.
Yeah, and of course there are people coming to those. I mean, and it's like you said, it's a natural evolving scene. You started Castlefest out with like 8,000 people first year?
5,500.
5,500.
Yeah.
And last year I believe you had like over 30,000.
Yeah,
And
32.
people waiting in for an hour in the car. You had to hand out water bottles to keep them hydrated.
Yeah.
It
was amazing. and what's even more amazing is that was our 10th edition, so we expected to have a lot of extra visitors, and not this much, but we expected growth, but we thought the next year, the 11th edition, will be a bit less crowded, or the pre-sale shall be less. That's what we expected, but at this moment we sell much more tickets than we did last year. We sold already 150% of what we sold at this moment last year. So we don't understand.
Awesome.
It's but for us it's never a goal to have more visitors or to get bigger, but it's always the consequence, because now we know we sell that much tickets in pre-sale. We think, okay, but if all those people come and if we have that same growth at the door, what will happen, and how are we going to entertain all of them, and how can we get all of those people on the train? And
because you already expanded a couple of times.
And there's not much more space. There's no more space extra to get. So what we are trying to do now is changing the train, so we split the public more and pull them to all the sides of the terrain, so it's less crowded. It feels less crowded. That's really important. The feeling and the quality of the festival is more important than how much people we can push into that.
Yeah.
And we have ideas about that, but if the sale will go on like this, there could be a possibility that we will sell out in the pre-sale for the Saturday.
Oh wow.
We don't know if the sales will go on like this, but we anticipate on that possibility at this moment.
Wow. Well, if people are aware of this, I'm sure you'll get another run on your tickets, because nobody wants to miss out.
No.
And last year you did something new. You had a live feed streaming on YouTube.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Yeah.
Of course, who already made lots of videos and does wonderful camera work for years now. They innovated and you reach people in Brazil or all across the world. It was a huge success.
Yeah, that's the same growing thing as we were talking about earlier.
Like evolution.
Yeah, Bastard does his film shootings at all fancy festivals in Holland, and make very nice compilations. And Erik Wilderman, who does now all registrations at all stage videos at Castlefest for us, grew so much in the couple of years we are working together, and we try to find new things together. And last year it was the live stream. We didn't promote it at all till we really knew that it would work. So the first time we ever told anyone about the live feed was when the first band was on stage, and we it worked, and we said, okay, now we put on Facebook that we have a live stream, and we had a lot of visitors on that. It was a real success. So we will do that again this year. And add a new extra to it by putting a LED screen on the festival terrain, so the public can also see more, because sometimes it's so crowded you can't even see the stage.
Yeah, true.
And then they can see the show also.
So you reached out to people abroad.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can measure this, but can you see in the pre-sales that people from abroad are actually visiting Castlefest?
I could probably see that, but I didn't check that yet. But we have visitors from all over the world. Yeah.
And how about the other way around? Because the Netherlands is only so big. Do you have plans on going abroad?
That question is asked us since I think our third or fourth Castlefest. Please bring Castlefest to Belgium, Germany, France, and then we always said no, we're not going to do that, because it's too risky, it's too difficult. We don't know the culture good enough. We don't know the rules good enough. But last year when we were at Tros en Legend in Belgium, I said to my wife, I think I'm not willing to say no all the time again, because there I got the same feeling I had when we came with the idea of organizing a market, what eventually went to Castlefest, what became Castlefest, and we very much want to follow our feelings. So if we feel that, we try to open up the possibility, and if something happens, then perhaps, who knows. And in this particular idea, when I told just one person that I probably, if someone would ask me now, I would probably not say no again, but who knows. And after that, so much happened. So we are going to organize a festival in Belgium next year.
It's great.
The guys from Bastard had it right.
Castlefest all along.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
I think you will be changing people's holiday destination, depending on the time of the year, of course.
Perhaps. The time of the year is already, we already know where and when it will take place. We are even already in contact with bands for that festival. At this moment the website is created. So we are working hard on the background to present it to the world, and we will present it before Castlefest.
Okay, well, we will sure be helping you along to let the world know that Castlefest is coming to Belgium.
And with this revelation, we end for the day. Stay tuned for our third and final part of the interview tomorrow.